I think a lot of times when I see these videos, I be having to come do a video on on things that I've experienced myself, and so that's why this was one I had to come do this. When I seen this, I said, "Dang, I went through this, and it was like kind of weird because I never went through it before. Like not with an Indian person. It was like the one of the first times. Me going to the store, and I get in the turning lane, and like the turning lane, you can go like it don't matter which way you going, you can get in the middle of the street in order to enter the turning lane. And I got into the turning lane one day, and while I'm sitting there waiting to turn, another car comes in front of me, and it was like an Indian guy, and I'm like, like why you gonna pull in front of me? I guess he was trying to turn left as I'm trying to turn right, but I'm here first, so I would think he would go around. So I'm like, bro, you're blocking me. I can't go. I can't go, and you can't go. That's how far close he pulled to me, and he told me to back up and move. And I'm like, bro, I was here first. What do you mean back up and move? Like, this is an Indian dude. I ain't never had no problems with no Indians before. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna move. So, what's up, Awoken One? So I forgot what he did, but he kind of was about to get out his car. And so when he got ready to get out his car, I said, open my door. I'm about to get out too. What's up? What you trying to do? So you feel me? He got back in his car, and then he went around and he called me the N word like 15 times, and I'm like going, what the? I'm laughing. So when he said it, I said it back because he was like dark too. So I'm like, said it back to him like, yeah, I said it a gang of times too. Like, you feel me? But it was just trippy that I've never been called the N word by an Indian, and that was like a time it happened, and I was just like, wow, this is like trippy as hell. So, when I seen these videos, I said, let me go on and make a video about this to see if anybody else had these encounters, basically. So, this is the racism that black people get from Indians. And it's not just black Americans, it's Africans also. It's anybody that's black, put it like that. Even black Indians that are dark skinned Indians. And it's crazy, just talking about these topics because we never do, but I'm like, forget that. Some of this stuff just needs to be talked about. What's up, Velvet Win? But let's go on and get into the video.
That most Indian people have towards black people.
You can just hear the desperate confusion in my brother's voice because it makes no sense. Think about it. You've got 54 countries that comprise Africa. Then you've got India, which is a part of this larger scale, historically, culturally, linguistically connected area that we consider South Asia. And factually speaking, there is this observable phenomenon of this anti-Black, anti-African sentiment within South Asia and within its diaspora abroad. You don't even have to think that deep to see that. It makes zero fucking sense, bro. Watch this. Both regions have suffered a very similar colonial past under the same colonial powers. Both of us are living a very similar colonial present. Over the course of ancient and modern history, there's been so much cultural and economic trade between us. And not to mention, African civilizations have been harboring and giving space for Indians and other Asians to live on their lands since pre-colonial times. I'm not talking about colonial powers taking indentured laborers over there. We have evidence of like shipwrecks of slave ships and Asians and Indians washing up on African shores and staying there ever since. Make it make sense, right?
And that's crazy because I was seeing videos where people were talking about where's the evidence of the slave ships, and him saying, okay, yeah, we got it. And it's like
South Asians be so uncultured and not recognize these things, especially NRIs and other South Asian groups. I don't care how many generations you've been living there, but living there and still holding anti-Black, anti-African, this like Indian superiority, African inferiority complex. How dare you? How? And to top it all off, Dravidians, my people. How can we be this way, knowing full well that we are considered in the same category of blackness in our own country? If you've ever been called Galu, Karupu, Korangu, Jungli, Blackie. You know those are the exact same slurs that are used against Africans.
You better use them. You better remember them words so when you hear them from somebody, you like, I know what the
In
fuck that
2017, there
means.
was a case
I
of
know what
racially
that means.
motivated assaults against African university students in New Delhi. And here's what this motherfucker had to say about it, right? This is Tarun Vijay, by the way. He used to be a member of the Indian parliament, part of the BJP party. If you know, you know. Okay, here's what he had to say about those attacks to Al Jazeera in an interview. All right, so trying to make the case that Indians can't be racist, he says, if we were racist, why would the entire South, the Tamils, Kerala, Karnataka, and Andhra, why do we live with them? We have black people around us. I
What
don't know
does
what the
that
fuck this
mean?
bozo was going for. It looks like he was trying to humanize black people somehow, but it just
Why
ended
do
up
we live with them? I
dehumanizing
mean, what
us
the hell
alongside of
say
them. So, like,
nothing?
solidarity, I guess. I wish. If you don't know, phenotypically speaking, just how black Dravidian people can get, because you're looking at me, I don't get enough sun. You haven't seen me in the summertime. Here are some pictures. This is my uncle, my actual uncle, my mom's youngest brother.
And that's why
This
I
is my
can't
other uncle.
understand it.
Here's my cousin, the one on the right with his nanba. Well, you can look at both of them for an example. Saving the best for last, here's my dad with me as a baby when he used to have hair. And he used to grow that out much thicker. It used to be a full-on afro.
He
Me and my
got a
mom met and
straight
married
fro
in
right
Oman, where I was
there.
born. And when they were dating, people used to ask my mom all the time, "நீ ஏன் அந்த கருப்பான ஒரு சுதானி கூட நீ ஊர் சுத்திட்டு இருக்கிறியே? உன்னோட அழகுக்கு நல்லா சகப்பான ஒரு ஆள் கிடைக்குமே." I've asked my dad, how does that make you feel? And he's like, no offense taken, because Sudanese people are beautiful. East Africans are beautiful. And I take that one step further. Africans are beautiful. And no one can be you. And that's why they want control of your bodies. So to continue with the question, if it
Wow.
makes no sense, why is there this
He said
anti-African sentiment
that's
in our
why they
South
want
Asian
control of
community?
your
I asked myself this
bodies.
question. I have no idea where to
What?
start to find answers. So I just went to Google and I
What?
typed in, why are Indians racist to black people? I did that this morning after seeing the TikTok that I'm stitching, and I found this interview. It's called
That's
Africa
great.
Holds Up a Mirror to India. It's an interview with Shobana Shankar. She's an associate professor at Stony Brook University in African Studies. And she's being interviewed by Zachariah Mampili. I'm sorry if I mispronounced his last name. I'm not sure. He is a PhD,
Yeah,
also
he got
professor
that straight hair.
at the City University of New York, and also in African Studies. I don't know if I said that already. Oh, and here you go. There's that quote by Tarun Vijay. I urge you to read through this
Wow.
interview in its entirety. But as you can see, a lot of it, especially in the beginning, is focused on Shobana's book, as it says there. It is called An Uneasy Embrace, Africa, India, and the Spectre of Race. I got this book this morning. I finished it in about 5-6 hours because it is an academic book, but man, is it an easy read. It's got citations, it's got references. And yeah, get this book. €12 is what I paid for it to get the ebook. 20 if you get it in paperback. It's a very small price to pay to get your head in the right space to really do the work and undo the mess that we're in. And here are the two biggest takeaways that I got from this book as like the biggest answers that I had for my question, right? First biggest takeaway of mine from this was when I learned about the sheer amount of work that has been done and is still being done today by Afrocentrist intellectuals to expand the theoretical framework of blackness in order to include Dravidian
Our
people
civil
specifically
rights.
in it.
Yeah,
And that way
we're
we
gonna
can
get to
fight
that.
together
We're gonna get to
against
that. We're gonna get to
Indo-pessimism
that.
and Afro-pessimism together, which I thought was amazing. A lot of that work was pioneered by the first president of Senegal. His name was Leopold Senghor. Excuse me if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. He did extensive research on this. Unfortunately, it did seem to me that it was very one-sided. Like it was a lot of work being done by Africans and very few South Asian or Dravidian collaborators in that. And it doesn't even matter if we're
That's how
like,
you
there's no
usually do.
data that supports that we come from Africans, because for the time being there isn't. Just the spiritual concept of that work, of that effort, really spoke to me. My second biggest takeaway from this book, and I'll leave you with this.
Yeah, a lot of y'all ain't come out
comes
dark
right
for
from the
nothing.
last page of the book. I don't mind giving this away because I think
Oh, I
it's
could
super
look
valuable.
Indian if I had
Shobana
straight
Shankar goes
hair.
ahead and says that Indian anti-Blackness is a myth. And it's kind of like, whoa, wait a second. You just spent like 200 and something pages saying that this is a real thing and that we need to work against it. There's been work being done against it and all that, right? How can you say it's a myth? If I'm understanding her correctly, and I hope to God that I am, what she's trying to say is that anti-Blackness is not an Indian thing. It's not something that is inherent to the South Asian community. We've learned it from someone, somewhere outside of ourselves. Gee, I wonder who. Professor Shankar goes on to talk
I'm
about a
saying
slew of
the
other things
same
like
thing.
Hinduism in Africa,
Like I wonder who.
specifically
We
South
know
African
already.
problem with Indians, and yeah, just a bunch of other stuff. So please get this book, read it, talk about it in your and families. Let's get this in our community.
Yeah, that's wow.
If you want to see racism against black Americans, just go into tech. I am an engineer, 3 engineering degrees. If you want to see how
Yeah, that's how a
people,
lot of them do it.
immigrants, treats black Americans, go in tech and go work with Indians. If I'm lying, Apple, I'm calling out all the big dogs. Apple, we can open your
She's
HR.
not black American.
Come on now. Look how Indians treat black Americans in tech. Come on now. If you want to see racism, go into tech. If you want to see the racism black people have experienced in this country or experiencing, go into tech and look at how immigrants treat black Americans. I'm talking about the color of their skin. I'm not even talking about when they know you're African and then you be like, oh, I'm African. No, I'm talking about just, if I'm lying, tell me. If you want to see racism against black Americans,
That's wow, bro. Go into tech, which I know a lot of people didn't experience that was even outside of tech. It's crazy.
Okay, y'all. So did y'all see that video of a black woman and an Indian woman getting
Literally
into it? They
spelled
was
correctly
arguing back
though.
and forth in the Walmart parking lot. And the Indian woman was, I think it was a Walmart parking lot. I don't know. Don't call me. But they was going back and forth. But the Indian woman was calling the black woman the hard, with the hard R. And she just
Hey,
kept,
see, look, I'm gonna tell you, right? It's crazy because, like, see, us as black people, we black, and when we talk to each other, and we go, okay, and we bring this up, we don't even say the word. We don't say it. We say the hard R or we say the N word. Have you noticed, like, when you're talking to somebody that's outside of your race, they'll say the word, and you just be looking at them like, come on now, bro. You feel me? Like, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Like, if you're gonna talk about it, don't like say the N word. Say the N word with the hard R. Like, why you gotta like why I hate when they do that. You feel me? I don't mean to get angry when it happens, but I do. I'll be like, bro, come on now.
kept calling her that over and over and over again. And, you know,
Just are black.
so now the Indians is racist and they don't like black people.
Yeah,
So
we
that's what
always
we're
been
talking
there.
about here. So now they got a problem with black people.
Which is crazy.
And you know what? You know what I think? I think that other ethnicities, because I'm not going to say other races because we're all humans, supposed to be. But I
Supposed to
think
be.
other ethnicities that call black people the hard R think that they are YT. They classify themselves probably as YT. They feel like the YT people, they feel like they're one of them. And so, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because how are you, as an Indian woman, which is a person of color, gonna call a black person the hard R? It would have to be because you think that you're YT.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause I wonder if
I
they
don't
do
even
that to
really.
white people.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Okay,
even
y'all.
know
So
what to say. Like,
Listen to this bullshit.
Out of my own family, they think black people smell. They think black people are always stealing, looking at blacks. They think black people are corrupt. And you know what they say? It's their culture. It's their culture. Constantly that. That's who they are.
wow.
It's fucking crazy.
Right? So
We the only people that use lotion.
But let's hear it from the horse's mouth, though.
This land. This land you're in. The majority of people is going to be black. I'm not saying white don't steal. I'm just giving an example.
Wow.
So they'll say, see that. That's their job. That's their that's who they are. That's their culture. And you're telling me I'm racist.
This is why I
They
say
said we stink.
black Americans have no allies.
So I want the people that you you show respect to them. But the dark-skinned people of this world, you look down.
A lot of those
Yeah.
people in the Bible
And it's wild because you see that in a lot of different places. I hate to say it, which you're gonna see as we go further.
are black, blacker than me. It's a fact.
If they own people darker than us, they look down on them. She said, I know he ain't talking about
All right, y'all
hygiene.
divestors, all the ladies that's divesting from black men. That's what they think about y'all.
Stereotyping is kind of distaste to someone. This was and a misconception about them. Absolutely wrong. Context matters. Watch the full episode.
Horrible.
Hella horrible.
Hi friends, I hadn't planned on making another video right now, but Indian people are coming for me in my comments. And, you know, so I know I'm on the right track with what I'm saying. But what I want to talk about in this specific video is Indian people and anti-Black racism specifically. So whether this is within the country of...
In the comments to say 100% correct. I am from Trinidad. My mom was Indian and my dad is black. My mother's family never accepted us. That's wow. When you're born into a family and just because you're darker skinned, your family don't.
In North America, South America, wherever, Indian people have our society, the belief systems that Indian people hold, etc. Indian people are extremely, extremely racist, especially towards Black people. And if you take a Black person who has been around Indian people for any period of time, wow, Black people pick up on this. It's something that is, this is not a secret. Whether you're talking to, say African students who study in India, which there are African students who are there, or whether you're talking about, say, you know, Kenyans. There's a large population of Kenya that are Indian people that have immigrated to that country, or South Africa, or Canada, or, you know, the United States, whatever. But Black people pick up on Indian people's racism because it is quite apparent. It's something that is there. It's obvious. So I'm just going to give you an example of.
I've been watching your videos, Mark.
My family, and the Indian people in South Africa. When I grew up there, I spent the first 12 years of my life under apartheid. Gardeners, etc. And all of these people were Africans. They were Black people. And all of the Indians in South Africa had servants. Okay, they were all Black. Now, how were these servants treated? They were treated as subhuman. They were not considered to be human beings with feelings. They drank out of different cups.
I doubt that,
so
though.
Indian people would not share their table with the servants, who were an integral part of their household. They took care of their children. They drove them everywhere. They cooked
Sound
for
like
them.
slavery
But
days,
they had to eat off of separate dishes. They could not sit on the furniture. They, if say for example, when we left our home and we traveled, so we lived in Pietermaritzburg, we traveled to Durban on the weekends, holidays, whatever. Our maid would come with us. She was not allowed to sleep on or sit on our furniture or sleep on our furniture, so she had to sleep on the floor. These are things that all Indian people did in South Africa. And now I'm just talking about South Africa. I'm not talking about, say, when Indian people immigrate to other countries. But this is true even in first-generation Indians. Because, say, if an Indian person had to marry a Black person, 9 times out of 10, that Indian person's family is going to completely disown the Indian person who married a black person. Now,
Yeah,
Indian people
which is
generally
crazy.
they want
Why is
Indian
it?
people to marry
Why is
within
it
their
like that though, bro? Like, you feel me? And like, us as black people, we really, we don't care. We don't even really talk about it, but we know this is true. This happens whether we marry a white person, uh, any other race. Like, this happens. But when we bring somebody home, you feel me? Like, everybody take them in like it's nothing. Sometimes, so white girls, I don't know. Sometimes black people, when you a man and you bring home a white girl, but everybody be hot. They be like, wait, hold on, what's going on here? But sometimes it be cool. But my family was cool. I heard stories, but my family was cool. But they still talk shit.
um they're they want Indian people to marry other Indian people, and then they even go into like, well, they want the same caste, and they even have subcastes and all of this stuff. So but if an Indian person marries a white person or say an Asian person, it's not considered to be as heinous of an act as if an Indian person married a black person. um
Hmm.
so this can be tied to the caste system because, like I mentioned in my previous video, Indian people are racist towards other Indian people. And some of this is based on skin color. It's not entirely based on skin color, but there
It
is a
is.
factor that is, um, that is apparent in that.
You
So
just say it.
Ava DuVernay made a movie called Origin, and it's based on Isabel Wilkerson's book Caste, which somebody just pointed out. And it's very difficult for me to
Like, just
to
say
talk about
it.
these very heavy topics in 10 minutes. So I can't cover
What,
everything,
Cubans?
but Indian
Cubans thought they
people
was
are
white.
inherently racist as a culture and as a society. And then within that racism, there is a hierarchy. So, yes, while an Indian society might be racist towards Western people, Western culture, white people, etc. Just like Vivek Ramaswamy making that comment about how, he made all these disparaging comments about,
Yeah, I didn't see it
Americans, and he
either.
was talking about white Americans, how they're not as smart and blah blah blah. These are not uncommon things that Indian people say within themselves. This I have been privy to these conversations in whether it's say a friend situation or families or extended families or just in my Indian community. These are very common beliefs that most all Indian people will espouse. They will say things like, well, white people have no culture, their food is horrible. They just go on and on and on. um
I think like people well, Indian person, a lot of times they won't say the whole story because they know the backlash they will get from their people.
But when it comes to Black people specifically, Indian people have extremely racist views about Black people. And it doesn't
Exactly.
matter how, nice this Black person is, how educated they might be. None of those things matter. And that's why I say that a lot of Indian people, they align themselves with a very far right wing kind of Trump ideology. So you might take somebody from, say, America who is a Trumpster, and they espouse all these very racist views. And you could take an Indian person, and in many respects, those views are going to align because Indian people generally
That
tend to hold very
that's
racist.
crazy that you would say that it's nothing new, especially towards black. I was just talking about that earlier because I experienced it one time, but I never and that shit tripped me out, bro. That just shit just tripped me all the way out because I always was cool with Indian people, and maybe it was like an undercover thing that that they were doing, but I don't know. I never had any problems except that one time, and I was like, what? I was like, man, he called me the N word 1,000 times. I said, bruh, come
Views.
on
It
now.
goes back to the caste system, yes. but it also ties into other aspects. Because as I pointed out before, you know, there are the so-called untouchables in India, and Indian people are racist towards them as well. So this is all a very, these are complicated things, and I'm just trying to do my best to share these.
It's not complicated. It's what it is, man. Like, let's be real about the matter.
Earlier this week, an Indian lady went viral in Pinole, California, which is right by Hercules, not too far from Oakland in the Bay Area, going towards Berkeley. She was getting into a situation with a black woman, and she was inside of her car.
I won't out where you say that, bitch. You got me up.
Hey,
I'm sitting going.
That's exactly how the Indian dude did me, bro. I was like, I wasn't even. He got ready to get out the car though, and I got ready to get out the car. He got his ass back in there though. He was not. That's what he wasn't gonna do. He's like, shit, hold on. You feel me? He got out that car. He got right back in. He said, man, I don't want them kind of problems, but yeah, just slurred it at me like this, and I'm like going, dang. Is this normal?
You good? You been staring at me.
With your eyelashes.
I don't get out of my face. You
I thought this was very interesting because it seems like blacks and Indians have a unique relationship, whether it's in the
I was saying, I wish I could say I've seen it, but I've seen it a few times, and yeah, it tripped me out too, because like I truly respect culture because my great grandmother was half native. Yeah, we all do, but at the same time, it's like we don't like. It's crazy, Mark, because we don't talk about this stuff. Like us as blacks, I'm telling you, we don't with each other. We just like when it happens, we'll say something, and then we'll just keep going. But it's been like this with other cultures for a long time with us. And like, Mark, you're lighter than me. I'm dark. I'm dark. I'm the black they don't like. I hate to say it. I'll be laughing because I'm like, I'm the black they don't like. You feel me? I'm that color. So it's like, over time, like I've seen some shit. You feel me? Like not from my city, but when I stepped outside of my city and I started going other places, it was like, dang, bro, people is tripping.
America, and the dynamic in Africa, and in America, I think that the dynamic between blacks and Indians is that Indians are kind of like on one side of the spectrum, and blacks are on the other side of the spectrum. And both sides just typically just don't communicate.
Yeah, we don't.
That's kind of really what it is.
We don't.
You might go to.
Hey, you know what? And Mars, I hate to say it, you are right. You are correct. We don't have no allies. That's why I said we the real superheroes, because we the most hated and we the most copied. You feel me? Like the people that be talking about us be the ones dressing like us. They'll be talking like us. They'll use our slang and everything. But then they'll use our own stuff to disrespect us, but then be walking around acting like us. I said, that should be, but it is what it is, bro. You feel me? We don't call it what it is.
But they typically don't talk to you, and you typically don't talk to them. And it's not as much like racial tension. The only thing that we know is that Indians are kind of, for the most part, they're to themselves.
It does.
Earlier this week, an Indian lady.
It does, which is crazy.
Can I get a handshake? Fist bump. Fist bump.
Namaste.
Namaste. So I just asked you for a fist bump. You said no, and then you see your friend and you give him a fist bump.
He's my friend.
So are you racist though? Is it the color?
He's my friend. I'm comfortable with him, but I don't know you.
Okay. Is it the color? Let's be honest.
I can understand that.
I don't know you, sir.
Like you reaching now.
So that's why he's my friend. I don't know you.
But you can't give a fist bump?
I feel like he reaching. You feel me? Like she don't gotta give you no fist bump. I ain't out there just fist bump. I elbow bump you, but some of you dudes, man, y'all go to the bathroom. Y'all don't even wash y'all hands when y'all come out the bathroom. I'm not fist bumping no grown man in the streets. I just don't do it. I don't because you don't wash your hands. Okay, you go to the restroom, you come out, and you just go about your day. So yeah, I feel like he reaching.
So this is the second part of the video that I just posted.
about how racist Indian people are towards Black people. So I'd moved out of my father's house at 19. At 21, I moved back in. And one day I remember this very specifically. One day he comes out of the bathroom and he goes, you need to stop hanging out with Black people and you need to stop eating their food. And I was like confused. I was like, what are you talking about?
Hey, no, it always takes a Canadian to come in and make some jokes, huh? What's up, Big Shield? What's up, bro?
He's like, well, you use the bathroom and it smelled after, so you need to stop doing that and stop eating their food because it smells like Black people in here.
That's disrespectful. That lets you know how far the fuckery goes, bro. You gonna tell her it smelled like Black people in here after she took a number 2? Like, why is you even? What kind of dad goes in there to smell their kid's shit to see if it smells like another race? And how can you distinguish? Yeah, well, I guess you can, but at the same time, that's weird as fuck, bro.
When he said that, I lashed out on him so hard, to the point where he wanted to get physical again with me and beat me, but I stopped it right then and there. His thought was that because I had Black friends, I was eating their food and, Black people food smells. Given the fact that I actually was only eating the food that his mother was cooking for us, my grandma. So this is the second part of the video that I just posted about how racist Indian people are towards Black people.
Wow.
So I'd moved out of my father's house.
Please tell me y'all have seen this video of the Black man walking through his neighborhood and some Indian man approaches him and is demanding that he shows his identification to prove that he lives in the neighborhood. He's going back and forth with the man, walking all up into his personal space, calling him a boy.
Yeah,
like really a boy.
That's
telling this man he don't live in a neighborhood. Barnacles. He is following him. He then tries to impede him from walking on the sidewalk, so he's walking out of danger because at this point he is in danger. And the man jumps in front of him, basically demanding.
Hey, you know what's weird though? Because when you be watching this stuff, like when we be watching it, like some of the Indians look Black, some of the Blacks look Indians, some of the Somalians look Black, some of the Blacks look Somalian. Like she kind of looks Somalian, but I'm just saying that'd be a weird thing about it too. You can see the mixes, and it's like, bro, we doing all this back and forth, and half of us look alike, half of us look like each other, so. It's like, what are we doing? But okay, all right.
That he shows identification. He's saying that he's calling the police. The damn man is yelling at his wife, telling her to go in the house to get his phone. You can tell that she's highly embarrassed, and she's trying to tell the damn husband to come in the house, and he's like, no, go get my phone so I can call the police. You don't live in this neighborhood. I know you don't live in this neighborhood. Sir, based off of what has caused you to determine that the man don't live in the neighborhood? Because he's Black? Because he's a Black man? The crazy thing is, sir, y'all skin colors is damn near the same color. Mm-hmm. But the only difference is you don't see yourself as a brown person, as a minority. Crazy. I just reposted the video. Y'all go look at the video.
We're going to get to it, but it's crazy. What's crazy is because when they do their job applications, they put white. I'm just saying, like, we just going to be real here. They put white. They don't put Black. You feel me? They put white. So that's what they feel they are.
Most of the racism that I've actually experienced since coming to Canada has been from Indians. Unfortunately, that's the reality. I'm so sorry. I know that they are one of the people that the general public, most of the general public in Canada are on right now. But to be very real and unfiltered, Indians and racism towards Black people is insane. There was a day that I had ordered for food, and then the name on the...
And that's like a double shun, because, like, he's Black and he got sugar in his tank. So I'm just saying, like, wow.
On the order was an English name. And then the DoorDash got here, met me, and then said, oh, is your name this name? I'm like, yeah. Oh, you don't look like it. And then I swear to God, he called head office to confirm that if there's
what did you do? Tell me.
I reported.
Of course.
I called and reported.
What do you mean?
They refunded my money.
What do you mean you don't?
And they were like, they're going to deal with it.
I never seen that. That knew how to fight.
Most of the racism.
So that makes it okay. And people who know better should inflict the same cycles of behavior. What? I've literally seen black people.
What she said is Indians are so racist towards black people. Not all, but you literally disown your own kids for marrying dark skin. That's what she's answering. That's the reply
Hey,
she's
and people who
replying
know
to.
better should inflict the same cycles of behavior. What? I've literally seen black people be racist to Indians too. But that don't mean I'm going to sit here and say it's okay when Indians are racist back to black people. And I'm not denying that some people
What?
can be racist in every culture. But I'm not talking about
Right.
ignorant
They're
people
actually
here.
Southeast
I'm talking about
Asian.
those of
I
us
didn't
who
know
know
that.
better. I'm talking about the same people who want to scream racism but continue to remain ignorant. In the context of what I'm speaking about, and to the level of this racism, no argument can
We know
justify it.
woken one.
These are innocent
We know.
people making food and just doing their bit in their country, trying to earn a living. And people in the comments are
No,
using
that's
it as an
different. They
excuse to be racist.
don't think they're white. They know they're white. It's a
And
difference.
this comment just backs all
They
of that
know
up.
they
I
white.
think it's sad that black and
Some
brown
of 'em.
people experience so much racism and then decide to point fingers at each other. But I'm not here to get into that. My point was that every single one of those videos.
Hey, I think this is the thing that a lot of these people be missing is that black people really face racism. Y'all don't face y'all didn't go through the things that we went through. Like from the white people and slavery and all that. Y'all didn't go through that. So when we mad about y'all being racist towards us, like it carries a deeper meaning to it. It's a whole lot of shit that happened that y'all try to block out and make it seem like it didn't happen. Like, oh, y'all just mad for no reason. No, the fuck we ain't. We're not. Like, we've been going through this for years. Like, in a bad way, to where it was a lot worse. So it's like when we don't like when people be like that towards us and we lash out, it's like, oh, y'all being racist towards us. No, we fucking not. Like, come on
Videos
now.
have millions of views and hundreds and thousands of comments, of which most of them are racist towards Indian people. And no matter what anyone says, that racism cannot be justified. So that makes it okay. And people who know.
Whatever.
Hey there, guys. How's it going? So,
Indian.
I was
Or
actually
black.
asked
You don't know
if
which one he is.
Indians are racist towards black people.
Look like he
okay?
mixed.
So,
Like, it looked like he mixed with Indian and black, but he was raised around white people from the way he talked.
I think Indians, just like any other race, are kind of like a mixed bunch, right? So we've got people who are smart, we got people who are dumb, we've got people who are accepting of all races, we've got
Yeah, well, they don't talk
people who
about
are
that,
racist.
though.
So I wouldn't.
Hey, you hear them talk about, yeah, black people, they thieves, they dirty, they this, but you don't hear them talk about the scamming shit. Like, that's a big thing over here, too. Like, the scamming shit is a big thing here in San Diego.
Just generalize and be
With the
like
Indians.
Indians are racist towards black people. But I do realize that, I mean, at least from what I've observed, I think especially the older generations and some of the small business owners sometimes tend to be racist towards black people. And at times I've called them out on it. And I think
Stop it. They
it's
gonna go
mainly
against you.
because, they really lack common sense. I think a lot of them really didn't go to school and they didn't really mingle outside of their race. And I think that plays a huge role. The fact that, they
That don't make sense though. It's like because they didn't mingle outside of their race. I grew up on the west side of Fresno where it was predominantly black. When we moved out to the outskirts and we were around like whites and Mexicans, I didn't treat them bad. You feel me? Because I wasn't raised around them. It was like intriguing to be around other cultures. Like so that's just something that don't make sense, bro.
come
Come
to a
on now.
conclusion like, hey, here's a black person coming into my store. He might be a thief. You know, that's just racism right there. But I think the only way around it is education. The more they're made
No,
aware
we
of,
don't. We don't
you
say
know,
that.
how black people truly are, is when, you know, we would actually eradicate
Nicki
it.
Minaj is
But
black
the
and Indian.
but the problem is,
I thought she
some
was like Puerto
people,
Rican or something.
even when you try to explain to them that, you know, not all black people, just like not all Indian people are racist, not all black people are thieves or
That's
gangsters or
why I
nothing like
always
that.
pay cash if I
But
go there.
they're just not willing to accept it. Also, when you set up store in a low income neighborhood, who do you expect to walk in? Like, you don't expect millionaires to be walking in through your front door, right? So there's a lot of factors that need to be considered, but I don't think all Indians for sure are racist towards black people. It's just a tiny minority, and I think over time, you know, maybe when their generation passes away or whatever, I think things are bound to improve.
That's what I said. I said, you know, because like it's wild, like you know, when you see like teenagers or you see your kids at school and you see them with a lot of other different races, like kind of hanging around each other, and you go, dang, you feel me? Like they be all cool. But then when they get home, it be the parents going, you know, don't hang around those black kids. You feel me? It be the parents still making the shit go on. So it don't be the kids, it be the parents. I was saying the same thing, bro. Once they gone, I'm be
Brother,
like,
before you climb up on that high horse and make that statement, let me also correct you. Black people are also racist towards whites. Indian people are also racist towards.
hey, see, now this the part that I was just saying. Like, you see, he said black people are racist towards whites. What did black people did? Black people ever enslave white people? Did they ever do that? That you know? No, no, no. It's different. It's not the same.
Indian people. And
They
Indian people are
angry.
also racist to black people. And white people are also racist to black people and Indian people and colored people. Everybody's racist. There's a whole bunch of racism undercover when everybody gathers amongst their own around the shisanyama or the braai or the curry pot. Everybody's amongst their own. They're racist. I know because I float in amongst all the other groups. I don't just stick to my own group, so I know what goes on. Let's be honest for once in South Africa. Stop calling white people racist, stop calling black people racist, stop calling Indian people racist. Just admit South Africans have a racist.
He don't. He don't. He don't. He don't hear. He don't even know how to say Versace.
Oh my goodness. So this video is the reason why I constantly am begging black people to work as a unit, all right? Because if we don't, this is our future, and it's not a very pretty picture, I'll say. Because there is this concept of individualism that they constantly want to put on like 10 speed. It's a hyper individualism where it's like, hey, as long as I get mine, you get yours. That may work for the white community. That may work for the Asian community. That may work for the Hispanic community. That may work for other communities. That is not going to work for black people. That is something that will never and has never worked for black people and sure as hell won't work in the future. As we can see, there are those who think, well, as long as I have money, you know, I should be good. I should be treated just like everyone else. We see this time and time again. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
Whether it's, you know, Oprah Winfrey, a billionaire, being, you know, discriminated against. This is the country that we live in. And there's a concept where it's like, hey, I'm gonna make money and then I'm gonna get out of the community, right? I'm gonna get out of the hood and go somewhere else. And the problem with that is that there are very few affluent black
They said, yeah, you feel me? You be a nigga, you get money, you just become a rich nigga. You don't like that word still is there. I'm just saying.
Neighborhoods, especially when you get up into the top tier of money, right? When you're making big banks. And what they tend to do is they find themselves in a predominantly white community. Keeping that in mind, you are the outlier in that community. We see with Terrell Owens in a situation like that. If Terrell Owens had gotten, let's say, a less than favorable officer who did not know who he was, Terrell Owens could have easily been killed, all right? Terrell Owens, that could have easily gone south. Because if you don't remember, it was a white woman who called the police, made a false police report, was charged with that, got a misdemeanor. Charges were eventually dropped. Keep that in mind. Charges were eventually dropped. But in the video, she says, hey, you're a black man approaching a white woman.
I wasn't, but I asked him to slow down, and he got out of his car and started harassing me. He put his car in park.
Right, because you're going to yell at me and telling me I'm almost hit you, and I didn't.
But you didn't have to get out of your fucking car.
You didn't have to talk to me that way either, Karen.
Black man approaching a white woman.
And that's what you have to understand when you put yourself in these certain communities that are affluent and predominantly white, that, hey, you are the outlier there. That no matter what you do.
She said you're a black man approaching a white woman. It's like, I probably was trying to holler at you. I'm just saying.
How you dress, how you act, you are the problem. There are always going to be eyes on you because you're not supposed to be there. Damn. The reason why they have these predominantly white affluent communities is to stay away from you. That's the whole point. So you getting in here is a problem. It's the reason why they had redlining. It's the reason why they had gentrification. Okay, it's the reason why they had white flight. So there's a litany of reasons why you will be perceived a certain way. And I say that to bring up this video. In this video, you have this black man who's in a very nice neighborhood, seems, suburban neighborhood, and you have this Indian man. And this Indian man, in the course of the video, is approaching this man and asking for ID. And it's constantly, badgering this person. Hey, show me ID. Telling his wife, hey, give me your phone. You show me your ID, I'll show you my ID.
We ain't even got to that video yet. That shit was hella trippy. Oh, so here it goes.
What's your name?
Anand, can I see your ID or something?
Anand?
I mean, you can call the police or I can call the police. Can I see your ID?
Yeah.
Let me see your ID.
Yeah. Take out your ID and I'll take out my ID.
Let me take out your ID and I'm going to take out my ID.
Okay, let's... can you get...
Oh!
What the hell, bro? Like, who the fuck do you think you is? Like the police or something? What you mean? Let me see your ID. And you have people in the comments going, I would have slapped the shit out there. I would have, people was getting violent. I ain't saying, we don't need to. But I'm just saying, bro, you tripping.
Guys, today I went to Indian shop to go buy what to eat, food items. So when I got there, I bought
so it's not just black
3 sticks or 3 fingers
black Americans
of plantain. Do you understand me? And I brought the plantain home to cook. So after boiling the plantain, I discovered that the plantain was spoiled. Do you understand me? I couldn't eat the plantain. And this wasn't the first time I have experienced such a thing. And most of these Indian shops, they have no respect for African people. And the vast majority of their customers are African people. That is 80% to 90% of their customers are African people, but they have no respect for us. Man, I have bought coconuts.
See, what he was saying was he bought a type of food. I don't know if that was a fish or whatever he was saying, but I don't know if I had this experience before to where I went to a restaurant. I'm not going to say what race it was. You feel me? And I bought food and the avocados were spoiled. It was like they sold me a gang of spoiled shit. And then when I came back and I complained about it, they was like, it's not our fault. And it's like, how ain't it your fault? You gonna sell me some spoiled ass food and then I take it home and you expect me to eat the shit? And this is why a lot of y'all be getting sick, be getting food poisoning and shit like that, because you're not paying attention, because a lot of times you'll go out and you'll buy something and they'll sell you some old ass food. And a lot of times it be because of this. It be because of this. You feel me? And you won't even know. You just be sick, throwing up and shit. So he going to this store, buying food from these people, and they selling him some old shit and giving the other people the good shit.
Several times from them, and none was good. I've bought a lot of plantains from them, and none was good. There were times I bought a egusi, obono from them, and came home, cooked these food stuffs, and I discovered that they were all spoiled after I've cooked it. Sometimes you buy yams from them, and when you come home and cut the yam, you discover that it is decayed inside. Let me tell you why I'm making this video, because I am upset. You see,
You should be.
these Indian people, if the vast majority of their customers are Europeans,
Yes, let's stay
let's
away
say
from it.
Austrian people, they will be
Exactly.
marketing, that is, they will be selling genuine food items to European people. They fear and respect Europeans, but when it comes to black people, they have no respect for
Man,
us.
that's crazy.
Do you understand what I mean? And we are the ones giving them money. Do you understand me? I know some people may say, why didn't I go to African shops to go buy? I cannot leave my district and start traveling to another district to go buy food items.
That is right here across
And
the street.
this African food I don't buy it every day. I eat it once or twice a week, sometimes once in 2 weeks. Do you understand me? But what pains me is they have no respect. They sell rubbish, junk foods to black people, to African people. And that has to stop. And if they fail to stop, I will keep making videos like this. Do you understand me? And the next is I will get the police involved. Yes, if they don't stop, I involve the police because they cannot be selling poison to us. I want to end this video here.
I know a lot of people did that before, but hey, you see, somebody said in his comments, Africans should only buy from shops that have fresh food and are owned by Africans. Think about that. No, we buy from everybody. If you feel me, I don't know. That's just been us. We support everybody, especially if you're close. You right there across the street. You feel me? You expecting to get some good shit. You're not expecting that every time I go and buy something, the shit's spoiled. You say the accent be cracking me. Hey, hey, he trying, man. He got to work on his English. He'll be good in a couple years. He'll be all right. Nah, he old already. No, this is how he gonna talk. This is gonna be his English to the end. That's just what it is.
Okay, so before I started my series, I wanted to tackle this question right here. A lot of Indians don't like black people because if you have a baby with a black eye, they think how dark it will come out. And in my case, this is true. So my family always called me dark growing up. Mind you, I'm not that dark, but my mother is darker than me and my father is lighter than me. So of course, then you get me. But apparently I'm still dark. So when I was pregnant with my son, all my mom would say is how dark my child was going to be. Now, when he was born, when you look at the top of a newborn's earlobe, you'll see what color they're going to be, basically. Their pigmented earlobe basically tells you how dark or how light the child is. So what she said was, he's going to be so dark, look at his ear. I was like, huh? I didn't get it until later that she thought that because of his ear, he's going to be dark. And well, anyway, colorism is a big issue in India. And that could be why they don't really like the intermingling with black people. Now, that being said, my mom did remarry after my parents divorced, and she did marry a white guy. And my sister is half white, so she's super, super bright. So, yeah.
Ain't that some shit? That is crazy. I mean, you hear from them themselves.
Okay, so before I started my series, I wanted to tackle.
Racist Indian man calls police to remove me from the neighborhood while black.
This guy's calling the police because I'm parked with my pink suit.
See, when did they start doing this shit, though, bro? Like, what if we would do shit like this? We need to start doing shit like this. Like, when we see a white or Indian person outside and they just sitting in the driveway or sitting in the, like, park right there, we just need to call the police and be like, hey, man, I don't know what this white person out here doing. What is it? But somebody needs to come and check on them. Somebody, like, they in our neighborhood, they don't belong here. We need to start doing this shit to their ass. You know what's crazy? You know what's, and this is the part that's not funny. Don't you know a lot of black dudes have got hurt, got shot by the police, got taken to jail because of this right here, of not doing nothing, being parked somewhere, just eating food, you feel me, or just chilling and minding their own damn business, and somebody goes and calls the police on them, feel like they in the wrong neighborhood. It also happened to that young dude. You remember the white dudes smacked him because of that, because he was just jogging in his own neighborhood. So it's like, say he called the police, I would have called ICE. Huh? That's why, hey, but that's the part people don't understand. That's why black people don't give a fuck about motherfuckers getting called ICE called on them. Like, a motherfucker will call ICE on your ass fast nowadays. Black people, we ain't even call the police. We ain't no police callers. That's not our usual thing. Like me, I never called the police in my whole 51 years of my life, but once, and that's because somebody ran into my car and kept going. Other than that, never call the police. I don't care if something was stolen. You feel me? It's just not a thing that we did. Like, I don't know. But at the same time, we need to start calling the police on their ass. When we see them outside, just parked, eating, digging in their nose or whatever. Hey, man, this white person out here, he looks suspicious. Fuck that shit. Get their ass back. Oh, yeah, 180 people. Yeah, y'all hit that like button if you here.
License plate.
Hit that like button if you here.
See the license.
We going to the next one. Oh, this is the one, right?
So what's up with you? What's your name?
Anand, can I see your ID or something?
No, I mean, you can call the police, or I can call the police. Can I see your ID?
Yeah.
Let me see your ID.
Yeah. Take out your ID and I'll take out my ID.
Let me take out your ID and I'm gonna take out my ID.
Okay, let's. Can you get my phone? No. Let's call the police. Give me a phone. Let's call the police.
So we need to do this.
I'm in my own neighborhood where I live at, working in my neighborhood by my house, and I have this man asking me, "Do I live here?"
Yes.
And what's your name?
Dude.
I'm going to start. I'm going to start a civil lawsuit right now. That's what I'm doing.
Absolutely, you got to do it, man. But I want.
What's your name, man? Because I'm walking the neighborhood where I live at, and I'm getting harassed.
No, wait. He's unnecessarily playing us.
But we took my off about the clock.
Yes.
She trying to stop him. Look, man, you need to, but Indian women, y'all know y'all can't stop y'all husbands, not them Indian husbands. They'll fuck you off. That's just how they is. So it's like she trying to tell him, hey, bro,
Lots of racism that most Indian people have towards black people.
So this might be a two-parter, but the gentleman that I just stitched is 100% correct.
Yeah, exactly.
When I came to the U.S., I was 17 in high school, and as I made friends, especially Indian girls, other Indian girls of my age, I realized that we all were given the same speech by our father, which was we could not date black guys, we could not date Muslim guys, we could not date white dudes.
Hey, it's crazy because it was a girl here, like in San Diego. Well, where I'm at, it's a city in San Diego, and they were Indian, and she was dating a black dude, and her dad didn't like it, and her dad offed her. You feel me? Like her and her sister though, and the mother was fine with it. Like, which is wild, bro. That's wild that's their tradition and it's okay.
And I remember
here. He went to jail, but I'm just saying
the abuse that I received from my father,
it'll be
physical
okay.
abuse that I received from my father, when he found out that I was dating a Muslim guy. He immediately made me break up with the guy. But in that moment, after basically beating me, he told me at least it wasn't a black guy because your beating would have been worse, would have hurt you.
Lots of racism that most Indian people have towards black people.
Bro, no, you didn't. He said Vanilla Ice could be making a gang of money, huh? Yeah, right now, huh? No, he's scared though, because
and everybody was celebrating that an attorney come out and beat him. So what? Who fault it is?
This is an Indian man named whatever Ishmael, businessman and TV station owner. This is a racist response to an African youth, Kareem Marcel, becoming an attorney. He sounds like he's Jamaican, though.
Didn't come out.
Correct.
Who fault it is mine? All you're protecting the criminals there.
It sounds like he's.
With a van and a car,
Wait, let me start that all over. Ain't that trippy, bro? I ain't never heard an Indian with a Jamaican accent. That's new to me. Like, where have I been?
Everybody was celebrating that an attorney come out and beat him. So what? Who fault it is another one didn't come out?
Correct.
Who fault it is mine? All you're protecting the criminals there. When people passing with a van and a car, all you're pelting them with stone. When man thief car, they come in and all you're protecting them. Do boss, you ever see a man from Bamboo? Boy, we can attorney from Bamboo. Bamboo have about a dozen or more attorneys that come out of here. Top notch. We had literally dozens of doctors. Why a community should boast when it should be the norm?
It should be the norm, always. Correct.
What?
Absolutely correct.
A token racer is a bad.
I ain't even heard. I didn't understand where's Sun Tzu at when you need him. I didn't understand nothing he said, but I'm just saying that is trippy as hell, bro. You feel me? I can't even tell if he's being racist because I'm still trying to catch on to him being an Indian speaking the Jamaican. What the man? That is trippy.
You're talking community development.
That's
Every
trippy.
community should strive to be better. It shouldn't be. Shouldn't be an animosity between cultures nor communities. We should always strive to be better. And people, you're right. People tend to accept what Rowley is giving them.
Yeah, he didn't even want to go against nothing he was saying. That's what he didn't want to do.
The amount of racism that most Indian people have towards black people.
Oh, it's really bad in the South Asian community. The racism towards black people is unbelievable, how they're viewed, how they're treated. Even if you're a Muslim, by the way, like I've noticed a lot with South Asian Muslims, they even dislike black Muslims. It's disgusting, okay? And that's not a reflection of Islam, by the way. That's just a reflection of this community. The community that I'm from, so I can speak confidently on this. Yeah, the racism is disgusting. And this is something that a lot of people don't know. Muhammad Gandhi wasn't fighting for freedom for everyone. He was fighting so that brown people treat better than black people, okay? Black people are seen as low in the South Asian community. Put it this way, if the darker you are in the South Asian community, the uglier you are seen, which isn't true, obviously, but that's just the way it's seen. So there's a lot of internal racism. Brown people love white people. I say they love white people. They hate black people, but they will kiss the white master, the one that literally put them through slavery and everything. It's a bit odd. And the people that have it the worst in the South Asian community, brown women. Brown women that are seeing people outside of their culture who are black. There have been so many cases here in the UK where young South Asian women have been killed because they were with a black person. Okay? So yeah, brown women have it so much worse when they're dating a black person. But yeah, there's so much racism.
And make sure y'all like the video.
I apologize.
Like the video.
Horrendous. And it's
keep
true.
that algorithm going.
Like, no, it's not true. It is. The racism towards black people in every culture seems to be a thing. I know Eastern Europeans hate black people as well.
Like, it's crazy because when you know you have one of their young kids coming out saying it, like, you know it's true. It can't be denied.
The South Asian community, oh yeah, it's disgusting.
The amount.
So what's up with you? What's your name?
We already seen that one.
So I came back because I just needed to add more context. Okay, so
this one I was like kind of tripping off of. I don't know about this.
And I was rushing to go, put our stuff in a cubby because my husband was waiting online for us. And in me rushing, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't notice the shoes on the ground. But in me rushing, trying to literally stuff everything into the cubby, my daughter's shoes fell on top of this lady's dusty ass fucking sandals. It fell on top of her dusty sandals, and she started. I don't know exactly what she said, but she was talking shit. So my response was, "So if there's a problem, just move your shit." And she was like, "Excuse me." And I was just like,
this is another thing, right? I know it'd be like a lot of racist shit going on, but at the same time, we don't have to feed into stuff. Like, if you just said my shoes fell on top of her shoes, like, the best thing would have been like, no matter what they said, grab my shoes. Oh, sorry, I apologize for that. Like, that's it. You feel me? That could have killed everything right there. Sometimes we take shit too far ourselves.
There's a problem, just move your stuff.
We got
Like, I don't understand what's the animosity
half the time,
is. She was just like, you're so rude. Don't you see people's stuff? Like, you're just going to put your stuff on top of people's stuff? No. Your stuff was on the floor and my stuff fell on it. And she's like, that's the problem with y'all, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, what? Excuse me? So that's when I go off. I can't even tell y'all exactly everything.
It's crazy because I think that's what happens when they get mad, when other races like get mad at you when you black, like that's when the shit comes out. It's like that's when the shit hit the fan. It's like this how
That
I
I
truly
said
feel.
because I was literally seeing
Almost,
red.
and it's like,
So now she's getting
dang.
belligerent. Her hands is moving. We're literally face to face. Like her hands is in my
Snow
face.
man.
And so that's when I start getting ignorant. So I'm just like, why are you mad? Are you really mad because my shoes fell on it? Like what? Tell me what the problem is. What the problem is type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you mad. You're really going off because some shoes fell on top of your shoes. When your shoes was on the floor, move them. Move them. So then the dad goes, baby girl, don't worry about him. That's how they act. So then that's when I lose it. Excuse me?
Wow.
What do you mean? What did you mean by that? What do you mean?
Like in the same sense, like we can like bro, we so raw, like you can de-escalate situations from even happening. You feel me? Sometimes we do be reaching. I hate to say it. You know, I don't want to be because I'm like more of a truthful person. I don't want to be lying about no shit. I feel like she could have de-escalated that situation. All she had to do, like, if my stuff falls on top of yours, and you say something, it's like, oh shit, I just said, let me grab my stuff. Whoop, like sometimes we will escalate things, and then we don't have to at times. We really don't.
You darker than me. Do you think you better than me? Are you mad because you're darker than me? Tell me what's really up. And so that sent her. So now she's getting loud and she's getting hella ghetto. And then she had the audacity talking about you acting like this when your kid's there. And I'm just like, me acting like this? I'm smiling and you still mad. Look at you. Look at you. She's like, what do you mean? Look at me. Look at my body. And I'm just like, if you think that's what I'm talking about, then you're crazy. Like, look at you. You're bugging. As I'm walking to go meet up with my family, you're mad and you're angry. And again, so many times we think because other people experience certain problems and tribulations in this country that we think that they're our allies. And that's because every time they get a chance, they will remind us that we're not like them.
No, we already know they think like that. That's why sometimes it's, we just kind of avoid them. Because, I'm not going to say all of them think like that, but it's enough of them. Say when somebody's belief bubbles feels like threatening their whole reality, they usually don't think about the escalation. They think, they usually don't think about the escalation. They think about popping up the other person's bubble. Yeah, exactly. And then it's crazy because it like go back and forth. It started a chain reaction, UL. Indian man insulting black man finds out he is darker than said black man. Wow.
I've said this multiple times. The end goal of everything I'm doing, right? Forget the politics aspect of it, right? My end goal right now is just to own my own media company. I want to own my own media company. I want to put out our own propaganda. Us not having our own propaganda is why we literally, like the people who put out propaganda against us, have scientific proof that we are literally genetically better. I'm not making this up. I'm not here to make you feel good. We are literally genetically superior. But they've convinced everyone else that we are shit because we don't have propaganda. They've even
this nigga didn't hear you didn't hear what they did to Bill Cosby? When Bill Cosby tried to buy his own network and do his thing, bro, you better sit down somewhere. Nah, I think we should though. This is something that we should do because we got the Oscars and all these other different big companies that's doing their thing. Like we do need our own programming, not BET. Not BET.
This is a complete disgrace. People need to save their money and stop going to countries that don't appreciate them. Save your money. This is the company.
Dang. Nigerian students are being attacked in a university campus near Delhi. 3,000 Nigerian students comes to study in India, paying money. 50,000 Indians live in Nigeria to make money. Can you speak on the people of India attacking the Nigerian students? Fuck, that's crazy.
Shame on India. Shame on them. If they don't want your money, don't give it to them. Don't give it to them.
Because they black. Because they black. That's wild. Wow.
He just called me a nigga.
Yeah, you're a nigga, man. You are not listening to people.
I'm a nigga.
Hella disrespect.
Imagine this is in Malaysia. The brother is calling me a nigga.
Nigga don't know how to behave everywhere. Baby lotion, nigga.
I'm a nigga, right?
Yeah, baby lotion.
Yes,
It's crazy because look, if you take off on him, you feel me? You gonna be in the wrong.
Okay.
Take off on him just right there while he's standing in that door and
Malaysian
sleep
people
right there. You gonna be
Malaysian,
wrong.
I didn't expect this. It's been racist to all of us.
You don't respect people.
So it's wild because it's not just happening to Black Americans. Like, you know, you can be African. You can have dark skin. You can be a dark skin
Because
Indian.
there's a law.
Bro.
Yeah, you go.
Bro, don't touch me.
Yeah, okay.
Bro,
Don't
touch me.
Yeah, okay, you go.
Just don't touch me.
Yeah, I equal me.
You don't have authority to tell me where to go. Bro, is this guy's always racist like this?
No hidden propaganda, none of that bullshit.
Because I am Malaysian, why?
Really? What the?
They like even their own people looking at them like, yeah, this how they be. This how they be.
Y'all want to know something I don't understand, man? Why do Indians, East Indians, say F black people? I mean, why you want to say F blacks for? It was whites who brutalized you and slaughtered you and raped and pillaged you. Say F them niggas.
I ain't gonna lie, he looks Somalian too, but
let me tell you why I'm tired of the racist ideology.
The Lumbee are racist, the most mixed European Indian tribe, call you African or black after telling them you're Indian.
In 2025.
The Lumbee.
After seeing this post about the Lumbee, now let me show you something about my genealogy that proves I got Lumbee in me too. Fourth great grandmother.
People in America have.
And just for a little more verification, yes, Mary Polly Underwood Russell, the wife of James Russell, was a mulatto or Native American with strong links to what tribe, right? You mean this same Mary Polly Underwood Russell married to James Russell? That's my fourth great grandmother, as you see up top there.
Oh, South Asia.
Genealogical records, which means just like other people say that we're part of the tribes. Now, that's my fourth great grandmother. I'm sure that these other people, especially if they're younger than me, that means I'm the generation in between them and people like her. But people want to say that the color of my skin makes me from Africa and I'm not indigenous, because if their ancestors make them indigenous, how does it not make mine? This is why I say the ideology of racist bullshit of today needs to stop. Fact.
It's not.
You know, it's so great how you come out here and be like, are you ready to put your trains down? Are you ready to stop voting for the patriarchy with your superiority? Honey, I'm going to assume that you're black because since we're all being bitches on here, I'm going to assume that you're black. Not even your own black men want your black asses.
See?
Because you're all loud, you're ratchet, you're nasty, you help destroy the family, you help destroy your children. Oh, and these white women, oh, they're raising white supremacists?
Bitch, are you?
Bitch, at least they're raising their fucking kids. What are you bitches doing? Oh, that's right. You turn them out into the street. That's right. You go to the nearest abortion clinic, which is in every Negro neighborhood that you can possibly find, and you abort your babies. So, bitch, you want to talk about somebody putting the chains down? Maybe you should.
Not a self-hating, dark brown-skinned woman spewing racist fallacies in broken English. That's gotta be a joke. Something that you really need to understand is that the only reason that you were able to immigrate here to the United States is because of the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, which was part of the civil rights movement fought by the Black community. So just remember that Black women made it possible for you.
Yeah, for you to be here, they are very, wait, let me start that all over because I didn't catch it. He said they are very racist to each other. I was at a bar a couple of months ago with Indians from South India, very, very dark. They told me Northern India are mixed more with Europeans and Persians.
To flee
wow.
to another country that Black women made
get
safer.
Them likes up,
because
y'all.
You
get them
are
likes
too much
up.
of a coward to go back
Southern
to your
Indian
own country
and
make your country safer for you and others. Because it's easier to come to the U.S. and fight for your life just to be a lapdog for people who are building a wall for you and plan to deport you back over that wall to your shithole country because you're poisoning the blood of our nation. You can tap dance as hard as you can for all of the little scraps of white supremacy, but they will never pick you because they don't like you and they don't want you here.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. They don't like us either, but they said, man, they ain't going nowhere. We gotta keep them around. We gonna keep them. He said Indians are, I don't get that. I ain't never heard that before. Indians call themselves untouchable. Israelite, why do they do that? And who came up with that? Where did that come from? They were talking about it. I read a few articles. I gotta know more about that, bro. You should. They have a case system. You know they have a case system. What the fuck? Hey, I'm gonna have to look that. I'm gonna have to do more research on that. We're split up in the north and south, moving most of the working class. Man, what are you doing? Most of the working class into South to the United States. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. That's crazy, bro. The untouchable.
So I saw this one video from this Indian woman, very beautiful. And she was addressing the self-hatred in the Indian men. A lot of Indian men will grow up being self-hated because of the jokes and insults made on their skin complexion, especially have darker skin complexion like me. And they will surround themselves with other Indian men and or white people and only date white women and simultaneously bash and disrespect and reject their own Indian women. And according to her, a lot of Indian men also is jealous because Indian women are very secure, confident, and assuring in their skin complexion. Now, I'm not Asian. I'm not fucking Indian, obviously. However, when I first saw this video, I was like, oh, it can't be that bad, can they? Until I ran into a situation where what she said was on full fucking display. I was at the mall. I ran into these group of Indian guys because I was trying to find directions at this one place because it's big ass mall. I don't know where the fuck I was going. And for some fucking reason, these guys were fine. They looked fine. They were having a jolly time, right, with each other. And I showed up and their expressions went from happy jolly to fucking sour and pitiful. I was like, hey guys, can you help me find directions? And it was like, oh, hey, we don't know. Well, I see bags in your hand from many different shops. Maybe you can give me some pointers. And it was like, no, we don't know anything. Sorry, we can't really help you. Okay, well, I'm looking for the Psycho Bunny store, and I see right there that you have some Psycho Bunny. Can you tell me where that is? This motherfucker looked dead in my eyes and said, yeah, I forgot where it was. All right, well, you're coming off extremely condescending. But not only these motherfuckers were giving me attitude, they were lying, basically, and they didn't want to help me. So I knew exactly why, because who the fuck in their right mind just beats an asshole? I can tell it's racial because they kept looking me up and down, like I was a parasite or some shit. So I was like, okay, sure, whatever. Fuck you, I'm gone. And I know these guys were fine because they were talking to other people like it was no big deal. And yes, they were white. The ones they were talking to, they were white. So I'm over here pissed. I'm like, okay, so I can't ask for directions from motherfuckers who are literally darker than me, but I digress. So I kept walking, and then I found a group of Indian girls. And by the way, Indian women are absolutely stunning. Indian women do not get a love and appreciation because they're beautiful. I don't understand what is up with all the hate from many different men, many different types of men, regardless of race, ethnicity, and nationality. Indian women are beautiful. Anyways, carrying on to the next. I ran into them and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me ask them for help. They were so kind. They were so nice. They were so elegant. And they were so patient with me because I'm dumb as bricks when it comes to directions. They even went out of their way to take me there with them. And I'm like, thank you. We're chopping it up, asking me questions. How you doing? What do you do? Dang, blah, blah. For a moment, I forgot I was even running errands. I forgot what I was doing. I thought I was hanging out with them at this point. Then when we almost got there, I was like, thank you. I ran into some group of guys earlier that was giving me the cold shoulder. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. What happened? And I was like, it was these group of Indian guys that were just giving me so much attitude. They stopped for a second, looked at each other and said, yeah, we know the feeling. I'm like, okay, that saves me the time and effort from explaining. But they were absolutely awesome. I fucking loved them. They even took the time I was like, you know what? Mind if I hang out with you girls? Like, I don't really know anybody around this area. They were so welcoming and inviting. They were so fun. They were absolutely incredible. And then I just remembered about her video. I was like, whoa. She was right on the money with that one. For me, I try to keep an open mind. I don't want to judge based off somebody's appearance. And I'm not saying they're all like that because I've met some that weren't. But it really put on full.
Okay, I was just looking that up because he said the Brahmin, the Vishnu, and the Sudra untouchable. It say the Brahmins, priests, scholars, religious elites, highest status associated with ritual purity and knowledge. The Kshatriyas, warriors, rulers, kings, political power. The Vishyas, merchants, traders, landowners, business class. The Shudras, laborers, service workers serve the three higher castes. Outside the system, not of Varna. What the hell, bro? Sign work considered impure, historically segregated, and dehumanized. Damn, bro, that is what the hell, man.
Displayed that they'll rather hate on you and hate on themselves before they accept themselves. They rather to cater to other people that they want to look like, but never be anything like them. Now, this happened more than once on multiple occasions, but each time I've interacted with Indian women, it has always been the same. It's never less than that. And Indian women, their confidence, well deserved. They are so stunning, and their dark skin complexion, mwah, absolutely love that shit. Can't get enough of it. It's like me when I see.
That's wild. So they let her drown instead of letting her touch the hand of one of them.
You look like African. So I recently posted a reel about an African tribe living in India, and some of the people commented that I look like African. So this isn't the first time I've heard that. Once in Bali airport, the immigration officer asked if I was from Africa. So at that moment, I didn't know how to react and I felt offended. But later I asked myself, like, why did I feel offended? Why should I feel ashamed to be compared to an African woman? They are strong, fierce, and unapologetically beautiful. I should feel proud. I think somewhere along the way we were taught to attach shame to darker skin. Every skin tone is beautiful. And I think we should start celebrating darker skin. I think we should start celebrating it. You look like African. So I recently posted.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild, y'all. But we're coming to the end of the video, man. I thank everybody for joining. Like, dang, in the future, hopefully I can, like, make it to where, you know, I can let a couple people come up as we're doing this. You feel me? Because a lot of y'all be commenting, and I'm, like, not, like, one of them creators. Because everything I do, the people that's been here on my channel, they know. Big Chill, y'all know I do things live. I do it live. And it'd be cool when other people can come up here and actually comment and say what they have to say, you know, to make the, you know, to add more to the conversation, because a lot of people know more than others. A lot of people know more than me. So it's like, you know, y'all teaching me about the Brahmins and all that stuff is like, you know, so it's like, it'd be cool when you can just come in and you can be able to explain it and break it down instead of having to type it in the chat. So get ready for that. So, you know, if you hear, like, share, comment, you feel me? Subscribe if you ain't subbed up, because this every day, 9 o'clock, between 9 and 9:30 in the morning at this time, this Cali time, I'm gonna be doing this. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good day. Thank you for joining, and thanks for the information you gave me. And we're going to keep this thing going, but peace out, y'all. Have a good day, man. Have a beautiful day. All right. Peace, Big Chill. Peace to Canada. You feel me? Peace out, y'all.